Alrighty, what's up guys? So we're gonna get into a trade recap of May 22nd, 2026. Yeah, let's get into it. So we took this short on MES and we got this long right after on NASDAQ over here. And I'll do the short first because it came before the long. So yeah, let's get into it. So for my key levels for today, I'll go to the 15-minute time frame just to kind of show you where I was at. So going into market open, we had London highs up here, and we had this 15-minute unmitigated gap over here that I wanted to tap into, and that's what happened. So on my daily bias, right? My daily bias was both bullish and bearish, just because within like the past month we've been bullish, but for the past like 2 or 3 days we've been bearish. So I was kind of neutral, and so I was open to both taking longs and shorts. And so let's get into market open. Market open opens here at 9:30. We manipulated higher during pre-market, and we swept out London highs. And I think I took this trade on the 5-minute. Yeah, I took this trade on the 5-minute. We swept out London highs, which is one of my major draws on liquidity or my key levels. And then we had this bullish gap get made on the 5-minute, and then we got this strong displacement candle lower, disrespecting this bullish gap, telling me that price is gonna reverse. It's my confirmation confluence, this 5-minute inverse. I took the trade off of this candlestick close. Stops go. I put my stop here. I could have put it like up here or like right here at this candle, but I put it like right there. And then I wanted to target this unmitigated 15-minute gap, right? So that's what I did. And when I took the trade, we continued lower, right? Just like the way I thought. But we formed an SMT divergence at this 15-minute gap, because if you go to MNQ, that gap got mitigated right here. So as soon as I saw NASDAQ take out that gap, I closed my trade on ES knowing that there was going to be a reversal. So that's where I ended the trade off of that SMT that take profit SMT. And I mean, look what happens right after we displaced higher. I would have gotten stopped out, but we ended our trade for a nice little 2.41 RR. My break even for this trade was once we tapped into this 5-minute unmitigated gap here. I could have put my take profit at that gap, right, and look for like a 1 to 1.45. But the reason why I put it at this 15-minute was just because the 15-minute gap is stronger than this 5-minute. So I had a feeling price is going to push through this. And that's what happened, right? We pushed through this 5-minute gap and hit this 15-minute unmitigated down here. But we had the SMT, close the trade early. I mean, look what happens after. So we got our take profit hit. And yeah, that was the first trade. And let's go to NASDAQ. This is my second trade. I could have taken this same trade on MES. I just took it on NASDAQ just because I liked the way the inverse looked more on NASDAQ. So at my take profit SMT, because this is pretty much the short I took on ES, right? My take profit SMT was when NASDAQ took out this 15-minute unmitigated gap, right? So we took out a 15-minute, and then we had a 1-minute inversion fair value gap, an inverse fair value gap, which is my confirmation that price is going to reverse. We didn't have an inversion on the 3-minute, and we didn't have an inversion on the 5-minute, so I used the highest time frame available, which was the 1-minute. As far as take profit, I know a lot of people put their take profit like up here, here, here. For me, I just wanted to go for this like 1-to-1 kind of idea, just because I won my previous trade, or this trade I already hit that, so like there's no need for me to do something like this or like that or whatever, right? So I just put it at this internal high that was formed here, and yeah, we hit take profit pretty quickly. I mean, all of these candles are pretty much bullish, and that was my second trade. I could have taken it on MES. I could have used the SMT to my advantage, because like I probably should have taken it on MES just because it seemed more high probability, because we had an SMT, and then I think there might have been like a 3-minute gap that could have been inverse. Let me see. Actually, no, I think, yeah, that's why I didn't take it on MES, because there was no gaps that could be inversed. But on NASDAQ, there was. like that 1 minute. I took the 1 minute inverse, right? That's why I didn't take it on ES, because NASDAQ presented a 1 minute inverse and ES didn't, so that's why I took it. And then take profit, right? Like, I know a lot of people online took this, they took that, and they got like a crazy trade off of it. But I just wanted it right here. It was a good trade. Hit take profit pretty quickly. Those are my 2 trades. I really just needed to take this 1 trade, but I saw this trade present itself and I was like, I'll just take it. So yeah, those are my 2 trades from May 22nd, 2026. Short and a long, and yeah, I mean, just it's the same strategy. I mean, daily bias, higher time frame, key level to get swept. In this case, it was London highs on the short and then 15-minute for value gap on the long. Key levels get hit on the higher time frame. 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute inverse for value gap as your confirmation, confluence that there's going to be a reversal. And then the 4th thing is putting your take profit at a reasonable level. And yeah, that's really it. And just watching out for SMTs at your take profit. As you can see in my first trade, like we hit a SMT, and you have to be disciplined with SMTs. Like, of course, I know there was so many people who let their trade come all the way down. They saw their trade right here, and they saw the SMT get formed, but they didn't close it just because they thought that price was going to come down into this 15-minute gap. But I can't stress it to you enough, like, anytime you see an SMT at your take profit, close the trade. I mean, for the people who didn't close it and they wanted it to hit this line, this 15-minute gap, look what happened. They didn't hit it, they had a reversal. Just stay disciplined to your strategy, stay disciplined to your rules, close your trades at SMTs. And yeah, I mean, that's all you really need. So yeah, peace.